Hey my loves, how y'all doing today? Happy Friday, it's the weekend, y'all. So the title of the video is called Signs You're Dating a Covert Narcissist. And I'm gonna give y'all some characters and some signs that you might be dating a covert narcissist. Even though there are so many different names for this narcissistic personality disorder, the main name for it is a disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder. And there's a lot of different ones. It's not just only one. And so I'm gonna try to go through them all, and so we can, figure out which one of these demons we dealing with, because some of them carry all of the signs and characters of all of the different ones. Because I swear to y'all, I lied to you not. I swear the last one I was dealing with, baby, he was every last one on from A to Z. And so just so if you want to, if you just now getting into this narcissistic thing and finally figuring out that you're dealing with one of these people, here goes some little receipts or some little guides for you to kind of, not measure out, but compare the different signs or red flags that you're noticing in your relationship, so that way you can go ahead and make a plan on what you're gonna do now. Because once you run into one of these things, baby, ain't no getting no better. It's gonna go downhill from that point on. So once you start noticing all of these different signs and red flags or whatever, at that moment, don't second guess yourself. I'm telling you, because you don't want to go on this roller coaster ride. I'm trying to tell you, if I can stop people at the front door, even though God is going to do what God going to do, I cannot stop God's work. So if it's meant for you to go through the lessons to get to where he needs you to be, you're going to have to go through those lessons. But if he kind of set something out here for you to kind of help guide you through it just a little bit, to kind of redirect you instead of running completely into the wall, you might get a little taste of it, but you ain't got to get the whole taste, if that makes better words for the situation. But so I'm just trying to do whatever I can, because I don't want nobody else to go through what I went through and what so many of us have already been through. We trying to tell you, we done tried to tell you, that's all we trying to do. And so if I can put this information out there and help in any way that I can possible, being that I really came on here to just tell my story because I really thought that I was going crazy. But I watched a lot of videos that's helped me during this process, and a lot of people are telling me that my videos are helping them too. And so if my videos are helping, I want to give you guys something that's going to help you in your journey to finding yourself, finding the love for you, because that's the most important part. If I can't share anything else with us, falling in love with yourself is the best thing that you can do after going through what you've been through in these toxic relationships. Because I'm telling you, they will make you forget who you are. They will make you forget that you are that somebody. You are that one. You are that chick. You are that dude. It'll make you forget that. And so I just want to keep putting that back into us, because that's where the biggest fight is realizing that we are enough. We a bag of chips and some. You all of that, baby. And so that's what I want to really instill in us. So back to those characteristics and red flags and signs to look for. So if you're getting this passive aggressive behavior from your narc or your person, you might want to check into that. We're going to first start by putting our foot down, because we're not going to allow you to talk to us like that. You're not going to treat me like that. I ain't did nothing to you for you to treat me that way. If you did, then okay, that's different. But if I ain't did nothing to you and you done came and sought me out to treat me like this, we got a problem. So, that silent treatment, baby. If you question a narcissist about anything that they're doing to you, to hurt you, to make you feel like you're not special to them, you could get silent treatment off of anything. It ain't no one particular thing that will get you the silent treatment. You could just get silent treatment just because they want to see you Beg. They love that. That's a turn on for them. Chasing after them and begging behind them, that's stuff that they love to do. So the silent treatment will trigger that, because what you gonna do when somebody goes silent on you and you really care about them? You're gonna ask them, hey baby, what's wrong? Just for the narcissist to sit there and look at you like this. At least that's what mine did. Not mine's. I hate using that word, mine's. The one I used to deal with will sit there while I'm asking him questions. I'm trying to see if he okay, see what the problem is, and he literally just sitting there looking at me like this. Like I ain't talking to him. Like I ain't said 2 words. Like I don't exist. I'm talking about looking right past me, or could be looking me dead in my eye and won't say a word. And will remain that way for days or either hours or whatever. And then once he snap out of it, he acting like ain't nothing happened. Like you just went quiet with me 12 hours ago. Like you ain't said 2 words to me. And now all of a sudden, you ready to come enjoy me. No. But we gonna be honest. We allowed it. I allowed it. I allowed him to do me how he did me and was able to enjoy me. So we're not gonna be doing that. And if you're doing it already, let's start working towards changing some things up, because it's about us. It's about falling in love with ourselves, and our feelings matter, and us being considered. They don't give us things like that. And so you have to take those things by force. And so, yeah, if you're experiencing that, that's part of a covert narcissist. They will silent treat you, be passive aggressive to you for no reason at all. Only because at some point they done it before and they got away with it. And so they're going to continue doing it, okay? The undermining of others to express frustration or to feel superior. Yeah. Done that to me before. To like, I felt like he was doing that a lot when I would drive. Like, he knew I drove better than him, but instead of him just giving me props on how I'm driving, he would belittle my driving. Why you over in this lane so long? Get over there. Do this, do that, do that. And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I got videos on all this stuff that I'm talking about. So this ain't nothing new. I'm just trying to give a short version to the stories that I've already told or whatever. And so, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to help paint the picture a little bit better for us to see what these actions and red flags and signs actually look like for me. And you may experience the same thing. You never know. But like I said, this is for us to compare what we're dealing with in our face to know whether it's time to check out of there and run, or, you know, say if you just got somebody who need a little work, maybe if they talk to somebody, they'll be all right, because narcs can get the help, but they gotta want it. You can't want it for them. You can't take them to it. They gotta want it for themselves. They gotta go and obtain it and get it themselves. Ain't nothing you can do. It's a lose-lose situation. At the end of the day, you just gotta find yourself and love yourself. That's what the whole goal is. You know what I'm saying? So he would try to like play mind games with me while I'm driving or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He want to make me feel like I don't know how to drive, but yet I'm sitting here listening to this liar, this manipulator, this fool who ain't got no license. I'm the one with a valid driver's license in the car who's driving, and the one with no license will have license, but they're suspended because you don't know how to obey the road rules. You want to tell me how to drive. And so because I still have a license and I have a vehicle, he doesn't, he got to make me feel smaller than him, even though I have more than him. And those are the stupid games that these narcs like to play. Moving along to 2. Number 2 is they are the sensitivity to criticism. They react strongly to perceived criticism, even if the criticism is delivered constructively. We took a whole road trip. It wasn't a road trip. What it was me taking him to discard me. I was helping him discard me and didn't know that that's what I was doing at those times. But now looking back, I know what those are. You know what I'm saying? I was literally driving him to go be with somebody else, but didn't know that that's what I was doing. So he would like, okay, so this one time that I was doing it, this is when I started waking up in this, you know what I'm saying, in the situation, figuring out that there's something really, really wrong. Like, I done started, you know, peeping his moves and his games and observing him very well, is what I'm trying to say. This is when I started observing and started, because I didn't know that narcissists exist. I didn't know that this was a thing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, coming into this, I didn't dig deeper into this thing until I came to YouTube and was telling my story. And somebody said, have you ever looked into narcissism? And I'm like, yeah, one time, but it was kind of confusing me, because I was looking up I was dating a guy who was on drugs. And so when I was looking up how they act on the drugs, because he was trying to tell me that it was something that it wasn't, and I knew what it was, but he was trying to tell me it was something different. And so I'm looking up the signs of what a person on drugs do with a certain drug or whatever, and narcissism came up under that. And so they was kind of going hand in hand with the different behaviors and things. And so it confused me a little bit, so I didn't get into it at that time. But now that I've experienced all of these toxic narcissistic relationships that I've been into, and I finally took this dive into it, I found out that, you know, I'm dealing with these narcissistic toxic people who got these disorders. I knew they all was mental patients. And that's all I really thought that it was, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm finding out that they really, it's real. It get real. So, you know what I'm saying? At this time that I'm taking him, unbeknownst to me, that I'm taking him to discard me, I was sitting there like I had a whole conversation with him, and the drive was 4 hours long. I talked the whole 4 hours, and I've never did that with him before, but something was on me heavy, and I'm just like, you know what, man, listen, I don't know what your problem is, you know what I'm saying, ... But I'm giving him his flowers all at the same time. I'm telling him, listen, I can understand if you just tell me what's really going on with you, this, that, and the third. And I'm giving him constructive criticism in that whole time. And do y'all know that little did I know, he heard me, but he was ignoring me. The man was on the phone. He started calling people while I was talking to him. He was texting while I was talking to him. He wasn't paying me no attention, but he heard bits and pieces of things that he wanted to. And just because he got on his phone, I wouldn't shut up, because I knew what I was saying to him was right. And all at the same time, here I am trying to be a sensible person. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. If I understand if you've been hurt in the past, and this is why you carry yourself the way that you carry yourself, but you don't have to be this way. I mean, I'm giving him the real. Like, I felt like I had him preached a whole sermon to this man on the way, taking him to discard me. And I don't know that that's what I'm doing, because he's telling me we doing something different, only for me to drop him off and find out, nah, you ain't got to worry about me no more, is what he's basically telling me. So, you know what I'm saying? He just suckered me in to drop him off to go be with somebody else, and then turned around and came back. And yes, I allowed him to come back in, but that's part of those stories that I was telling you guys about. So I have a bunch of videos on here that you guys can go and check out and catch up to right now. You know what I'm saying? So I put it all on here. So I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying not to retell the whole story all over again, just trying to paint the picture for us to see clearly what I'm talking about with these different sides. And if you see them, you could point them out. It's basically what I'm saying. But yeah, I was sitting there giving him constructive criticism. I wasn't yelling at him. I wasn't making him feel bad. I wasn't belittling him. I was trying to understand and to help him understand that I understand you if you speak up and tell me, you know, what's really, really going on or whatever. So he wouldn't, they don't budge, because that's just too much of taking accountability. If he agreed to anything I said, that would have made him accountable for all the things that he's been doing to me, that I'm sitting here telling him that you could have did a better way or whatever. So yes, they don't take constructive criticism well at all, because that's just like taking accountability to them. You're not finna tell me I did that and you ain't finna sit here and make me eat that. I'm not finna do it. Just because narcissists don't do that. You not finna make them eat nothing that they done dished out to you. But if you do something to them, you better believe, baby, you got to pay. And you got to pay double, triple. They gonna make you feel it, because you ain't got no business doing anything that I don't like, being the narcissist. You do what I tell you to do. You allow me to hurt you, manipulate you, play games with you. That's what I do. You don't do that. You do something different, but you don't do what I do. It's basically how the narcissist put it down to me one time when I told him that I can do what you do. He said, no, you don't do what I do. You do better than me. No, sir, I'm going to play the same game you play, and I'm going to play it better, have you crying. But they don't like that. You don't do that, because that'll get you silent treatment. That'll get you discarded. That'll get you devalued. And that'll might get you beat up if you're dealing with that type, because they got them types too. Okay? Moving right along to number 3. Playing the victim. Oh, you know a narcissist is going to play the victim, baby. So if every time you're sitting there telling them, basically, like I just said, telling them what they did wrong to you, they gonna flip it around on you. And you're gonna be the reason why they did what they did. It's never ever gonna be, well, I'm sorry I did that to you. It's always gonna be, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm so sorry you feel that way. But that's not how I seen it. I don't feel like I did that to you. I feel like you did that to me. That's just them dumb games that they play, baby. And so if you experiencing that, I know that get on your nerves. Playing the victim and you the one hurting me, I know that get up under your skin. So you experiencing that, you might be dealing with a covert narcissist. Number 4. Dang, I wrote 3 down here twice. But we on number 4. Number 4 is hidden resentment, holding grudges and harboring negative feelings towards others without openly expressing them. Now, the narc that I dealt with, he was holding some grudges towards his mom. And I thought at one point that he had already told his mom about these grudges, but 9 times out of 10, they ain't expressed these grudges toward the people who they need to express it to. They hold it in and they talk about these people behind their back, and they use these lies and different things to manipulate you, to get you sucked in, because of course they gonna come with a trauma story, and then that's how you get trauma bonded with these demons, because they're gonna come in telling you, oh, my mama didn't love me when I was younger, my mom abused me, my mom left me, or my dad did this and this, that, and the third. It's something that they're holding on to that they have not expressed, and that's where they're stuck at. The narcissist I dealt with was, I've had them younger, but this is my first oldest one. Now, the oldest one I dealt with was 50 years old, but he was still stuck at the age of 18. Or wherever his trauma started, that's what age he was stuck at. And I would say he be between the ages of 12 and 18. Because those are the personalities that come out when certain things happen between us. He, you know what I'm saying, he would pout like a little kid or whatever, play these little games like kids or whatever. So that's why I say between the ages of 12 and 18. But the things that he should have been expressing to his mom, or maybe he did share it with his mom or whatever, and she was not accepting, she didn't give him the reaction that he needed. Maybe she didn't, nurture him and let him know that she loved, whatever. I'm not making excuses. I'm just throwing out the signs and the red flags. Holding resentment and then want to burst out on you and make it like you're the reason why he went through the things that he went through, or she went through the things that she went through, when that had nothing to do with you. I experienced that a lot dealing with a lot of these toxic relationships that I was in. A lot of them couldn't understand my relationship with my son because they didn't get those type of things. And so I couldn't understand for the life of me, why would one of them tell me, your son too big for you to be kissing on? I beg your pardon, my son ain't nothing. he ever gonna be too big for his mama to give him a kiss, or for him to come and give his mama a kiss, baby. Long as my son want to give his mama a kiss, you better believe, you better bet your bottom dollar he gonna get a kiss from his mama. And if he need a hug, he gonna get that too. So I just didn't understand, a lot of these guys that I dated had mommy issues. And so when they seen me with my son, they ain't like that, because they like, I ain't do all that. My mama didn't hug me. Well, I'm sorry, your mom didn't hug you. I got a hug for you, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't my place. And that's where I struggled a lot, trying to fill shoes in their life that wasn't even my shoes to fill. Long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to do for mine, to make sure he's good and he grow up mentally stable and healthy and all that good stuff. That's all I'm supposed to worry about. I ain't supposed to worry about these people past issues or whatever, you know what I'm saying? All I'm supposed to do is make sure that I come unconditional and sincere as possible, and I'm not having any bad intentions on hurting this person. That's all I'm here to do. I'm here to do. I was taking on way more than what I should have, and that's what get us caught up sometimes, disheartened, trying to do way more. We try to prove a point to these people who don't need a point proven to, because they gonna hurt and abuse and use every person that they come in contact with, because that's just how they set up. They've been hurt and they can't get over that hurt that done happened to them in their life, and they just stuck right there. And so you have to leave them people stuck. All right, moving on to number 5. Self-deprecating facade may downplay their achievements or appear overly modest while still seeking validation. Baby, they love for you to boost their ego, but where they at to boost yours? They want to belittle you and talk down on what it is that you're achieving. But when it comes to them, oh, they want you to praise them. Oh, I'm the man, or I'm the woman, ain't I? Oh, you ain't never seen this before, or you ain't never had this much money. I got more money than you, this, that, and the third. And be broke is a joke. Ain't achieved nothing. You got way more than they have. And because they know that and they see that, they got to downplay what you got to make themselves feel bigger. We don't need that in our life, man. We don't need that. If we gonna be up, if I'm gonna be up and you gonna be with me, we gonna be up together. Don't downplay me because you feel a certain type of way because you didn't achieve the things that you wanted to achieve, but you still got air in your breath, in your body. You can achieve anything you want to, baby. You just gotta work for it. But don't put the next person down because they did what they did to have what they got. Get your own. That's it. But narcs don't work like that. They don't. They try to come up on other people. And so instead of showing that they're proud of you, they will never give you that satisfaction, because that's too much like saying you're better than me. I don't have those things, so that means you're better than me. And so they will step on anybody's head. They got to. They just got to. You can't be here with me. You got to be down below me. I got to be over you. Like, them the dumb games that they play. So if every time you excel in life and the person you with ain't moving nowhere, and they want to tell you how I could have did that. You ain't did nothing. That was simple. I could have did that same thing, but yet they ain't got it. The narc didn't push me, but he gave me a fire up under my butt to do something that he said that I couldn't do, and I did it. And he tried to come back and downplay me on that part. He told me I couldn't drive a school bus. What your girl doing? I took that test. I took those tests. I studied. And I got my CDLs. He told me I couldn't do that. And what I did, turned right around and did it. Because you're not going to tell me what I can't do. I let you put me down before. But this time, once I started waking up, I did something different to get a different result. And that was one of them things he told me I couldn't do. He told me I couldn't get my CDLs. You can't drive no bus. A bus too big for you. I'm like, I don't even want to drive buses. I want to drive trucks. I want to drive 18-wheelers. Man, that truck too big for you to drive. You can't drive no truck like that. I ain't drove one yet, but I will. I promise you I will, baby, because that's my next step. So that's where I want to go, and that's where I'm going. So just like he said I couldn't get them CDLs, baby, watch me drive that Mack truck or whatever truck they give me. A Great Dane, a 18-wheeler, something. I don't know all the names of them right now. No, I don't. But I'm going to be in a big body. I know that much. Just watch me. That's all I can say. But I'm telling you, they love to downplay your achievements and try to make their little achievements, whatever it is that they did, so much more important than yours. Like yours wasn't all of that, but mine's was, you got to be up here on my level. And you already be past them, but them the little manipulation games that they play with you to make you think that you ain't doing nothing and you doing it all. Okay? Number 6, manipulation, using guilt trips, emotional blackmail, or subtle tactics to control others. Hey, that sums them up all in one whop right there. All of them play that same game. Manipulation is the game, baby. They gotta manipulate you, triangulation you, discard you, devalue you, gaslight you and hoover you, lie to you, point blank period, and make you feel like you going crazy. That's it. They got to do that. Every last one of them will lie to your face and never admit the truth. And we don't need that in our life, especially if you are the type of person who can take accountability for whatever it is. Yeah, we might tell a little white lie or whatever, but if you were faced with it and somebody came and asked you what the real deal was, you're big enough and woman or man enough to stand up and say, yeah, man, listen, I lied. I just didn't want to, I didn't want to take you to the store that day. I was tired that day, and then, you know what I'm saying, I did it, but I didn't really want to do it or whatever. But you admit it. You take the accountability that, yeah, I told a little lie or whatever, but listen, eventually you come out and you tell the truth. They don't do that. They gonna tell that lie and they gonna stick to that lie or tell another lie to cover up that lie. That's basically how they is. If you're experiencing any of those things, 9 times out of 10, you're probably dealing with a covert narcissist. And I'm telling you, ain't no silver lining at the end of the rainbow with those situations. They don't get better. Not by you wanting them to get help. Not by you trying to take them to see somebody to get them the help. They gotta want to do it themselves. It's just like somebody on drugs. They gotta want the help for themselves. But first of all, a narcissist got to know that they did something wrong. In their mind, they ain't did nothing wrong. They not the problem, it's you. So when you're dealing with one of these things, baby, I'm telling you, the best thing to do is to go and fall in love with yourself, because it ain't gonna work. It was all a game anyway. They stepped to you, they was fake. They weren't being their authentic self. They were being somebody else that they wanted you to believe that they were. Or if you sat there and told them everything that you wanted in a man or in a woman, they pretended to be that just to get you wrapped around their finger, only for them to manipulate you, use you, lie to you, and play all these mind games with you, only to turn around to knock the mask off and treat you like crap. Put you up on the shelf. When they done playing with you, they put you on the shelf, and then they come back for you later on. Take you down, play with you again, as long as you allow them. And then once they get all the supply that they need from you, then they'll throw you back up on that shelf. Only if you allow them, and take you back down till they're ready to play with you again. I had enough of being put up and brought back down. I let that thing go on for 4.5 years. Don't be a me. Don't let it be 4.5 years for you to get the lesson. You got your cheat sheet. Take your cheat sheet and put it to work, baby. I'm telling you, Ain't no need for us to be sitting around here with these broken hearts. We got hearts to love and to give to people who want it. Let's get them hearts to the people who want them. Not just throwing these hearts out to anybody. I'm telling you, I was careless with my heart, baby. I handed it to anybody. Now, this has taught me a lesson. I'm going to be careful with who I hand my heart over to. I'm not just going to hand it over so freely. Show me something. Let me know. Make me feel like I can trust my heart in your hands or in your possession. Because people ain't caring for hearts no more. They're not. Good people getting hurt. Good people getting used and abused. And we too beautiful and too handsome for all of that. It's time for us to start loving us, baby. So once we start doing that, our eyes see a little bit better. Our minds will perceive a little bit better. We're woke now. We're not asleep anymore. Okay? So I love y'all. Have a great day. Grow something. Fall in love with yourself. And hey, just double check and make sure you ain't dealing with a covert narcissist. All right? I love y'all. Have a great night.